What's good, YouTube? You already know who it is. It's your girl, Jayyy Wayyyy, and she likes it my way. What up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another lit video. So, you guys, I'm back 2 days in a row. Yesterday I dropped a video, and today I am back with another one. And so this video is going to be a story time. But before we even get into the story time, because I'm trying to debate right now which story I want to tell, because I have two that are like circulating around in my mind that I want to share with you guys. But for one of them, I'm gonna have to leave out some information just because like y'all don't need to know everything. And then for the second one, it's not really like a story time, it's more of like a mixture of a story time based on like how I was feeling. So it's not really like something that actually happened. So we'll see. Y'all might just get both of those story times, but it just won't be today. But anyways, before we even get started into the video, I want to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting my channel, rocking with me, showing me support, showing me love. Genuinely sharing my videos, genuinely telling people about me, and most importantly, genuinely watching my videos and enjoying them, to say the least. So, like I said, this video is going to be a story time. So basically, you guys, I think I made up my mind on which story I'm going to tell. So basically, you guys, sorry I'm playing with my hair. Just be like, in the camera, it'd be looking like dry and shorter than what it looks like. But so basically, you guys, this is gonna be a story time. If you can't tell by the title, because like I said, I didn't even know what video I was gonna use. So if you can't tell by the title, then I get it. But yeah. So basically, this is a story time about like. This all took place about like 2000 and like 2010, 2011. So it had to be like like the end of 2010 to like maybe early 2011, if I'm correct. But like the timestamp don't really matter because like y'all don't really know me, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so basically what had happened was I had this girl back in the day, around that time, around those years, one of those years. And so basically, so I had this chick, right? And basically we was together, etc., etc. So what ended up happening is that, like, I'm gonna try to break it down for y'all piece by piece. So what ended up happening is that me and my shorty ended up fighting. But how we got to that is what y'all about to find out. Stay tuned. So basically what ended up happening is that I had this chick again, and basically we was dealing with each other like around 2010 or like 2011. And so around that time, like, I had just graduated high school and I was like freshly out, like everybody was semi figuring out that I liked females or that I was a lesbian, whatever you want to call it. And so I had got into a relationship with this chick. Now, me and the girl was probably together from like the end of when I graduated to like, I don't even know, but it doesn't matter. So anyways, me and the shorty was together for like a cool minute. And so this one particular day, we had ended up getting into a fight. But what ended up happening is that, so basically this is what happened. I'm trying to like formulate it exactly, like, okay. So what ended up happening is that my phone keeps sliding. But what ended up happening is that, like, okay, so this is what happened. I just went blank. All right, so had a friend at the time back in the day who needed like a place to stay for like a night, or like maybe 2 nights. And so I didn't really have my own spot, and so the friend couldn't stay with me. So I had reached out to someone else that I knew that they had like mad rooms, and I knew that if I told them I needed a place to crash, that they would let me. So basically what ended up happening is my friend told me she needed somewhere to crash, so I hit it up. I hit up someone else, and I had told them like, oh, I need a place for the night, etc., etc. That was like, also, I got my friend with me, and she got her seed with her. You know what I'm saying? So we were just trying to figure out if we can find a place to stay for the night or whatever. So the person was cool. She was also a female. Shorty was cool. She was like, all right, cool. Like, you got that. So for me, I didn't want to come like empty handed. So I was like, yo, I'll bring some L and, some bud, like reefer, Mary Jane, whatever you want to call it. So she was like even more like happier about that. So she was like, all right, cool. So what ended up happening is that so that night that me and my friend went to the friend's house to spend the night, me and my girl was like arguing back and forth over, I don't even know what, but it was bad. Like, it was really going back and forth. It was like through text messages. It was like calling. Like, she would call me, and I remember like not even answering her, because me and her, we used to have like bad arguments. So it would like linger on for like the whole day type shit. Like, if me and her was arguing in the morning about some shit, like by 4 p.m. we're probably either still irritated at each other, or we're still going back and forth with each other. So I remember before we even got to the friend's house, like where we were spending the night at, I remember me and my friend was just cooling around my neighborhood at the time, and we was just like chilling, like smoking, whatever, just doing young shit, because I think it was summertime. It was summertime, so we was just doing young shit, like chilling, drinking, smoking, walking around, saying, seeing what we can get into. And I remember that whole day, my friend was just dying, because me and my girlfriend at the time was just going back and forth like all day. Like, she kept blowing up my phone, texting me back to back, multiple text messages. And so I was just getting irritated, and that was making me want to smoke more and drink more. So I had ended up like just like ignoring her. Like, no, most of the times I would like entertain it, but this particular day I was just like, nah, like, you're not about to ruin my day with your bullshit. Like, you always want to be on some petty type shit. So what ended up happening and so she was calling me. So now it's nighttime. Still the same day. Still the same day that me and the girlfriend is going back and forth. So now it's nighttime, and we're about to make moves to go to my friend's house, where she gave us the okay where we could crash. So we get to the friend's house or whatever, and she's showing me and my friend at the time. All right, so I'm gonna call my friend that needed the place to stay, I'm gonna call her Capricorn. Okay, and then so we got to, so now Capricorn was the person that needed a place to stay. So me and Capricorn got to Shorty's house, who was gonna let us spend the night. Excuse me, y'all. So we get to Shorty's house, where we're spending the night for the night, and it's not that far from like where we live. So it took us like probably like maybe like 30 to 45 minutes to get there by MBTA. And so mind you, like I said to y'all, Capricorn has a kid. So we get to the place or whatever, like I was saying to y'all, and the friend is showing us around, like, she's like, oh, my roommate, she's out of town, or I don't know, the roommate, she lived with a roommate. The friend that was letting us spend the night, she had lived with a roommate, but the friend wasn't there, or she, like, I don't know, she just wasn't there. So that meant that Capricorn and her kid was going to spend the night in that room. And then also, of course, there was a living room. So I could have been on the, you know, the sofa. But the friend was like, oh, you can sleep with me. So I'm like, alright, cool. So mind you, me and my girl is still going back and forth arguing. So at some point, yeah, I'm picking up the phone calls, and then you know, we're going back and forth, and then some phone calls I'm not answering. So what ended up happening is that we all started drinking, we smoked, whatever, whatever. It got time. It got time to where niggas was about to go to sleep, like. Where like niggas was about to go to sleep, and so Capricorn and her son, her seed, whatever, doesn't really matter. This is not about her anyway. So Capricorn and her son, her kid, they went to the room, and you know, they went to sleep or whatever, blah blah. Mind you, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that out because y'all don't need to know too much. So Capricorn and her son went into the room where they was gonna sleep, and so shorty that let us spend the night was like, oh, to me, she was like, oh, what you gonna do? You gonna sleep with me, or you gonna like sleep with her, or you gonna sleep on the couch? Because Capricorn at the time, like, that was my nigga, we was really close. So me and her sleeping in the bed, it was like nothing. We was like best friends. So but all right, hey, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit. But Capricorn knew that the friend whose house we would spend the night at, who Capricorn knew, like, the girl whose house we were spending the night at had like some kind of like feelings for me, like it was something weird like that. So she even asked me too, like, oh, you want to stay in here with me and my son, or like you want to stay in here with her? And so like, in the midst of it all, I really didn't know. I was just like irritated at the fact that me and my girl was really arguing all day, and it was fucking up my whole vibe. So what ended up happening is that I ended up sleeping with shorty whose house it was. I slept in her bed. So with that being said, some things went down. Okay. And so fill in the blank. Some things went the fuck down. Okay, so that's that. So me and the friend whose house we was at, we did some things. I don't know if y'all heard that, but my back just cracked. So we did some things, whatever, whatever. So as it's happening in my mind, I'm just thinking like, what the fuck are you doing, girl? Like, what are you doing, Jay? Like, you got a whole girlfriend. Like, what are you doing? But it was like, I was so caught up in the moment of, first off, being a little intoxicated, high as well, and then just being frustrated at the fact, like, why we gotta keep arguing all the fucking time? Like, why do me and you always get into these arguments? And it's not like I told y'all, it wasn't like arguments where like me and the girl were like, you know how you argue with your shorty for like, you know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, y'all go back and forth, whatever. Somebody say something and let it go. No, it would be like all day long. And this was like a normal thing for her and I. Like, it would happen a lot. So at the time, I'm just like, yo, like, I'm good. Like, I'm just about to do whatever I want to. Like, fuck her. So also, I was young. Keep that in mind. So basically, what ended up happening is that me and the girl whose house me and my friend was staying at, I ended up basically smashing. Nothing too serious, but I basically ended up smashing, to keep it short. So the next morning, I wake the fuck up, and reality just like, it hits me, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck did I do? Like, why did I even do that? Also, I'm gonna come back to the whole me sleeping with the person. So what ended up happening is that we wake up the next morning, niggas was like cooking breakfast, doing all of that. And so at the time, I had this jacked up phone. I didn't even have like an iPhone. I did have an iPhone, but like, it broke somehow. No, it wasn't an iPhone. I had like an Android. I think it was like called a My Touch or something like that. I had a My Touch Android. If you remember that phone, drop it down. But that's what I originally had. But somehow, I think through fucking, excuse my French, fighting with my girl, the same girl I'm talking about now, at the time, that's how my phone had ended up breaking. So I had this little, what was it? It was like a push-up phone. Like, you know the phones that like it had the screen and then you push it up and it got the keypad? That's the kind of phone I had. So that's another reason why when me and my girl would be like arguing through text, I wouldn't really text her back because you know when you have Android, it breaks up the messages and like you know part 1 of 4, and so I didn't have time to be freaking you know what I'm saying typing long paragraphs and getting my point across and that little ass. No, I wasn't about to do all that. So that's why I never really was like engaging that much through text messages. She would always just call me. So long story short, we waking up, niggas cooking breakfast, and me and my friends thinking of like, you know, what's our next move? Because I think at the time, she didn't want to go back to whatever her living situation was at the time, and she couldn't come to my house. At least not. It wasn't like an all day thing or whatever. Because like I said, I don't live on my own at the time. And so what ended up happening is that after a while, we all wake up, we're all settled, and, you know, think about what we're going to do. I look at my phone, yo. I look at my phone, and Shorty has blown my phone up to like missed calls to like something in the hundreds, mad text messages. So Capricorn is looking at me like, yo, you going to answer her? And I'm like, what I'm going to say? So here's the thing about that, why Capricorn was looking at me like, you going to answer her and what you going to say. I had a hickey on my neck. And it wasn't like where if I wore like a collar shirt, like you couldn't see it. Like it was like you see how y'all see my tattoo? It was like right there, like no shirt is covering way up here like that. Plus, like I said, it was summertime. So who's really, you know what I'm saying, trying to have on a whole polo, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just not saying that like to wear polo and the summertime is mad hot, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking of ways to cover my neck in the summertime. So when Capricorn asked me, I'm like, yo, I don't even know what I'm gonna say. Like, what do I even say? So she's like, so the girl, my girlfriend at the time, like I finally ended up answering her phone call. And so she's like, oh, where you at? Or whatever, you're not at home, you lied to me, blah, blah, blah. I called you mad, like, mind you, she's crying. She's like, oh, I called you mad times, what are you doing? I know you're doing something, blah, 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 blah. Also, keep in mind that my girl at the time, Capricorn, I don't know, it was like some kind of weird thing. Like, my girl at the time thought that me and Capricorn, like, were like secret lovers, like we were smashing each other. Mind you, no, that was my best friend. We never crossed that line, we never crossed that boundary. Like, that was my homegirl at the time. So, my girl at the time, like, she was going in on the phone. She was like, oh, where you at? I'm about to come to wherever you at. Drop me your location. Of course, she didn't say drop me your location, but she's like, tell me the address. I'm about to pull up. So, I did some fucked up shit again. So, I gave her the address of where homegirl that I smashed lived at. So, but here's the thing that I did. So, I gave my girl the address, and then I gave it to her like when I was about to leave. So I gave her the address and then I dipped. So in her mind, she's thinking I am about to pull up on her and see what's what. So when she pulls up, I'm not there. So she runs into the girl whose house it was that I smashed. And so she asked the girl like, oh, was Jamia here last night? And was she here? Did you see her? And so the girl was like, yeah, like she was here, whatever. So she's like, where is she? Like, where'd they go? Or whatever. And so the girl who I smashed, I ended up telling the girl, like, where I was going to, my next moves. So my girl's calling me. Now she's calling me again. She's even more furious. So she's like, oh, you're playing games with me. Why would you send me there if you're not even there? Why are you running from me? Like, why don't you want me to see you? What did you do? Blah, blah. So I'm like, yo, honestly, like, I don't got time to keep arguing with you. Like, just leave me alone. Like, I thought we was done. Because when me and her used to have arguments, we would always be like, oh, I'm done with you, you know, blah, blah. So long story short, we get back to the hood, me and Capricorn. We're in the hood now, and I'm still arguing with Shorty. Like, it's a whole new day. And me and this girl are still arguing. So now I'm chilling with Capricorn and another homegirl of ours, and we're just like chilling like around her house or whatever, and on the steps, just cooling type shit, smoking whatever. So my phone is still blowing up, blah, 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 and it's my girl. So she's like, yo, where are you? Like, stop playing with me. So basically, I'm telling her, like, where I'm at. I'm like, yo, I bet. I'm going to start running for you. I'm like, yo, just pull up. So while she's on her way to us, me, Capricorn, and the homegirl who's, homegirl whose house we're sitting in front of is like, yo, like, what you going to tell that girl? Like, you got a whole hickey on your neck. Like, what you going to tell her? And I'm like, exactly my point of why I was trying to avoid her. I'm like, but there's no getting around that. Clearly, like, she keep calling me. She's not like who she was back then, because clearly we all have grown and evolved. At least I would hope so. But who she was back then, she was the type of person that there was no getting way around that. Like, if she wanted to see me, she was gonna fucking see me. If she wanted to know what I was doing, she was gonna know. Like, it was no getting around it. So at that point, I just felt defeated. I'm like, yo, all right, pull up. So I give her my location. She pulls up. So I'm chilling with my homegirls. Again, we're just chilling. Next thing I know, I see this little small petite little body hitting the corner. Like, she's coming around the corner. So I'm looking and I'm like, yo, to my friends, I'm like, yo, she's here. So mind you, the way how like it was set up is like how outside was set up is like where I'm sitting at, you can see people like come up the stairs and stuff like that. So before she seen me, I seen her. So I see her, you know, whatever. So she's pulling up, she's irritated, blah blah blah. She's like, mind you, it's like it's me, Capricorn, and the homegirls whose house we're sitting in front of, and so we're all just chilling. So she's coming up, she's like, so why wasn't you answering my phone call? Oh, what was you doing? Oh, this is what you was doing. Why you couldn't answer my phone call? Blah 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 blah. So I'm like, yo, chill out. Like, why are you pulling up like this? It is too hot for you to be doing the most. Like, it's about 90 degrees. Ain't you hot? Ain't you tired? Like, that's mad energy being, you know, like, no. So then she's like, oh, it's like, can you talk to me? So I'm like, anything you guys say, just say it right here. She's like, no, can you talk to me? So I'm like, dog, come on. So I go talk to her. So she's like, oh, why wasn't you answering my phone calls? What was you doing? Blah, blah. So I'm like, yo, I don't got time to argue with you all day from fucking sunrise to sunset. Like, I'm not the nigga for you with that. Like, I'm not about to do that with you. I'm really not. So then she's like, all right, yeah. I'm like, yo, plus the stuff that you was saying in text messages, like, that's a lot. Like, why you doing all that? So I'm calming her down. She's slowly getting calmed down. She's slowly getting calmed down. Like, conversation is not so irate and loud. So she's like, so I calm her down, whatever. Boom. I apologize. She apologized. So we're hugging, yada, yada, yada. Mind you, I still have this hickey on my fucking neck, but she ain't seen it yet. So the next thing I forget exactly what happened. Like getting close to where the hickey was on my neck. So I had like pulled back. I think I had my hair braided at the time, but like you could still see, it was in singles, but you could still see like, because I would wear it half up, half down, but you could still see the braids like in the back. Lord, let me tell you, yo, she seen that in hickey, she blew up. Like, she was like, oh, I'm talking about like the girls that I was with, they was literally walking up the stairs and looking like, what is going on? And like, what are they doing? So she's yelling, she's like, oh, you a fucking liar. On dogs, I can't trust you. We're done. You lied to me and told me you was helping out your friend to find her a place to stay for the night, but really you was out fucking some bitch. Oh, don't talk to me. You're mad nasty. We're done. Get off me. So I'm trying to like pull her back. Like, yo, come here. Let me explain to you like what happened. Like, let me explain to you before you lose your shit. But she was not trying to hear it. So the more she's not trying to hear me out is the more that I'm starting to become annoyed, because it's like, yo, before you even really flip, you don't even know what really went down. You get what I'm saying? Like, because just because I have a hickey on my neck don't mean that me and that girl really fucked, because we didn't really fuck. Like, it was nothing. It wasn't that serious. So basically she's not trying to hear me, and the more she's getting mad at me about the hickey is the more I'm getting annoyed. So hold on, I'm thirsty as hell. So basically what ended up happening is that she walked away from me. And so I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, I'm not about to chase you. Like, it is what it is. You're not even trying to hit me. I'm not about to do that yelling shit. Like, I'm not even really a confrontational person, but I always seem to get these females that just love arguing. So basically what ended up happening is that she walked away from me. And so I was walking behind her, but I was going back to where I was sitting. And she was about to go do whatever she was going to do. But as she's walking in front of me, I could hear her on the phone with her sister. And so she's on the phone with her sister like, oh, yo, she's a liar. This B really was out smashing some girl, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm done with her. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever. So I'm just letting her talk and shit. Like, yeah, shorty, talk your shit. So I went to go sit back down. And so we were just going back and forth. She was saying fuck you, and I'm saying fuck you too. And so she's walking away, mind you, you guys. I'm sitting back down now. And so she comes back. She comes, like, she left. And so she comes back this time, right? And so when she comes back, she walks over to me again, and she's like, I forget what exactly happened, like what, choice of words we exchanged with each other. But the next thing I know, me and this girl was literally fighting. Like, she was in my face, I was in her face. We was on the ground, we was fighting. And then like people who lived in the neighborhood was like breaking us up. And so shorty really ripped my whole polo shirt. Like, I don't know if y'all know, because I don't know where y'all live, but I think fashion is fashion everywhere. But like back in the day, like 2010 or 11, that was when polo, like rugby, was like popping. And so I had one of those on with like some cargo shorts and some Vans. And so she had ripped my whole sleeve of my shirt. Like, you could just see my skin out. So now that made me even more irritated. So now I'm really trying to fight her, because when the fight was happening, I really wasn't trying to beef with her, because I know how I can get. Like, if I fuck with you, I'ma never want to really, I might want to yoke you up a little bit, like, yo, chill out, cool down, or I'm gonna let you get some swings in. But now, like, you really ripped my whole shirt. Like, dog, it's bad enough you ruined my whole day, but now you ripped my whole shirt. So now I'm irritated. So boom, we're still fighting. People break us up. She leaves. Like I said, she's on the phone again with her sister. Boom, fight's over. She's gone. So me and my friends, we're all just, we're sitting back, we're talking about it. They're like, oh, yo, you good? You good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, yo, this is the type of shit that I'm telling you. Like, this is what I go through with her. Like, it's irritating. Y'all see why I was trying to avoid her, because it was going to be a big to-do. So then, next thing I know, she's coming back around. No, oh, okay. So I'm skipping little parts, like parts that y'all really don't need to know. But basically, what ended up happening is that we moved from wherever we was sitting to like with these group of dudes that lived around the way too, because they was just like talking to us, and they was like, "Yo, like Jay, that's your shorty," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." It was like, "Yo, once she left from around you, she was on the stairs talking to some dude that lived around there, talked to some nigga, like telling him about all that you did, and he had his hands like around her hips as they're sitting on the stairs." So I'm like, yo, you fucking lying, my nigga. They're like, no, I'm dead serious, for real. So like I said, I had skipped a part. So when she left, that's what she went to go do. So then when I got that information back word of mouth, I went to go look for her at that spot, but she wasn't there. That's when she had really left. So then we're all just talking about it, and then she comes back. So we're all standing up, like it's like an alley, but it's not really like an alley. So we're all just standing up, and so here she comes. I see her again, because she had on like this peach, like silky type short ass dress. Like, it didn't even look like a summer dress, like a little romper. It was like, oh, like, nigga, are you going to the club? Like, what are you even doing? So basically, that was another reason I was irritated. I'm like, why are you dressed like that? But at the time, I'm like, damn, you look good in my head. But like, why are you doing that? Like, no. So anyways, especially around there, because I know how niggas get down around there. Like, I'm like, yo, why would you? That's a whole nother story. So she comes back, and I see her approach. I'm like, oh, here we go. So, but now she got her sister with her. So I'm like, okay, like, I don't care. So she pulls up, like she's walking up with her sister. Her sister's like, yo, Jay, what's good with you? I heard you put your hands on my sister. I said, well, as you can see, your sister put her hands on me too. Look at my shirt. So she's like, yeah, I understand all that, but y'all two are supposed to be together. You out here disrespecting her in front of mad people, putting your hands on her as if you don't care about her. I said, listen, your sister got aggressive with me. I got aggressive with her the fuck back. I'm like, she already know I don't play that putting hands in my face and that loud disrespectful stuff. I don't do that. I would really yoke you the fuck up. Like, don't play with me. So at that time back then. So then she's like, she was like, oh, but she's telling me the only reason why y'all even got into a fight is because you cheated on her and you got a hickey on your neck. And I'm like, yo, I didn't even get a chance to explain to her the situation. Yes, I have a hickey on my neck. She's seen it. Okay, cool. And I'm like, honestly, I don't even understand why I'm really having this whole discussion with you. Like, she's grown. She can fight her own battles. Like, you don't need to call your sister. So basically now her sister's trying to get all in with me, but I'm still trying to get at my girl, which is her sister. I'm still trying to talk to her like, oh, so this is what you're doing. You really calling your sister? Like, what's that supposed to do? So at the time, her sister is starting to get rowdy, and so I'm starting to get rowdy back. So my friend at the time, Capricorn, who, you know what I'm saying, the reason why I went to the person's house anyway to spend the night. So she's going back and forth with the sister because, I don't know, sister was saying some slick shit. So she's going back and forth with the sister. But meanwhile, I'm still trying to get at my girl and talk to her and see what's wrong with her and why she bringing her sister. So, whatever happened, I couldn't really get to her because, like I said, we was all in a group. So it was like the dudes were just standing there watching. But then when niggas was about to get physical, like they tried to break it up. So, and then people was all coming out their houses like trying to break it up because at that point I'm really irritated. I'm like, yo, shorty really forced, like, you went to go get your sister and then both of y'all are being disrespectful. So we almost tried it, like we was like trying to get at each other, but we really couldn't. And so what ended up happening is that I got pulled into the house by my peoples because we was like right near their house. So I got pulled into the crib by my peoples because they came out and they was like telling me like, oh, calm down, you know what I'm saying, whatever, blah blah. Her and her sister had ended up dipping. They went back to wherever they went back to, and then after I calmed down, I had went back outside with the girls that I was originally with, and we was all just talking about it like, yo, that's mad crazy. Why would she pull up with her sister like that? Why would she even dress like that? And then I'm like, and it was all like on top of that, how's she gonna be up here in your face, ready to fight you about a hickey, but yet you getting consoled by one of the homies? Like, who does that? So all in all, you guys, this was a time that I had got caught by my girl with a hickey. And I was trying to look for the shirt for y'all because I still have like my rugby shirts. And I was trying to look for the shirt for y'all that she originally ripped, but I couldn't find it. Mind you, that was my favorite rugby shirt. Like I told y'all, anybody who listened to the Get to Know Me tag, blue was my favorite color, so I had like blue in it. That was my favorite fucking shirt. Like, no bullshit, I still miss that shirt. That was my favorite shirt, and she really ripped it, and I was heated. So all in all, that's what happened. But what I want to tell you, because I said I would come back to this, you guys, is that the girl who I smashed, whose house we stayed at, she was a little bit manipulative. She was older than me, like some odd years. She was older than me, and so she knew I had a girlfriend at the time, and so she played off that emotions, off the simple fact that me and my girl was having like, you know, a little hiccup moment where we was going back and forth beefing. And so she my phone almost fell, that's why I jumped. And so she, you know, she used that to her advantage. And you know, looking back on that situation now, because you know, hindsight is 2020, it's like me being who I am now, I could never place myself in a position like that again. Because all in all, you guys, I was really just trying to help a friend out, and you know, be supportive and help her, you know, with whatever she needed help with. But I didn't think that the person whose house we was going to was really that manipulative until, like I said, hindsight is 2020. Keep in mind, y'all, this happened years ago. But like I had said, like I had just graduated high school, so you know what I'm saying, shorty had some years on me, so it's like, yo, you was really that thirsty for me. You was thirsty for me. But yeah, that's that, y'all. If on like, yeah, that's that. But if you enjoyed this story time and you like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, no, me and that girlfriend we're not together anymore. We broke up, like, I don't even know when. We didn't break up like after that. We stayed together, but we did break up. She's doing good, I'm doing good. There's no bad blood. When we see each other, it's hi, what up, nothing more, nothing less. But also, that girl that I smashed, I don't fuck with her, I don't talk to her, nothing. Me and my friend at the time, no, we're not friends anymore, but if I seen her, it'd be, hey, what's up? If that, keep it moving. But like I was saying to y'all, make sure y'all like, y'all comment, y'all share, y'all subscribe. If you would like more story times from me, please feel free to let me know. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Please feel free to give me a like to let me know if you enjoyed this. Also comment down below like any, you know, parts of the story where you felt like I was fucked up or that's fucked up, or whatever you want to comment about the story, leave it in the comment section. Also, you can follow my social medias. It will always be in the description box. Make sure you hit the post notification bell so you can be notified every time I post and or drop a video. With all that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It was fun to talk about. It's just sometimes memories like that make me smile, because it's like, yo, I have grown up so much, but I have been through a lot with females. So yeah, all in all, if you enjoyed this video, like I said, show it some love, show me some love, share it, tell a friend to tell another friend to come to Jayyy Wayyyy, because she likes it my way. Alright, so thank you so much for the love and the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And everyone have a blessed Wednesday. I will see you guys in another video soon. Peace.